We've tended to think consciousness is a container, or the thing that is who we are, but have a look at this. This here is how the act of consciousness works. This blank paper represents wholeness or oneness or whatever's apparently happening. And this is the act of consciousness. It cuts, and all it can do is cut. First it cuts whatever is apparently happening into me and everything else. And then it cuts up everything else into smaller and smaller things. It cuts up the little things into categories and cuts and divides those categories into me and my knowledge. It cuts this into space and that into solid. It cuts up here from there. It cuts this wholeness into time. There is no time, but it cuts this up into a past and a present and a future. All it can do is cut. It cuts and calls it awareness, but all that is cutting this into a me and that. There is no I am, but nevertheless, the act of cutting all this into a me and that creates the sense of an aware I am. Consciousness is just a cutting action. A knower is a cut, creating an artificial me separate from everything. This is what consciousness does. It takes oneness and divides it up. It says, no, that's just the letter O, and those are all separate letters. As much as it likes to divide things up, the division is completely artificial. It's always oneness no matter what. As soon as you try to approach oneness, there is a fake cut, and this fake separated you can't possibly reach it. Here's my fake I am trying to reach oneness. See how it's impossible? That question.
What about self-inquiry?
Who am I? That creates a fake cut, and that fake you can't reach oneness ever. No matter how hard it tries, because it isn't real. It's kind of outrageous that a guru offers up consciousness as the glue to mend the problem of separation, when it's consciousness that creates the illusion of separation. So what does this cutting look like? Well, wholeness doesn't see anything. Wholeness just is everything, as an appearance. Consciousness divides like this. Tree over there, in space, separate from me and appearing in time, or a you over there, and another you, and another you. Without the division, there is just seeing, hearing, breathing, but for no one, it's all seamless. And because this is seamless and only apparent, there's actually no seeing at all. We think knowledge of oneness resides in a human being, but the one place oneness doesn't reside is inside a human, and certainly not as consciousness. Running to get to the toilet on time because you have diarrhea is already wholeness. It's having a hissy fit. It's seeking. It's this. Not as a human. It's the apparent landscape, no matter what is appearing. It's real and unreal. So there's no one who can arrive at a destination. No one looks for this store voluntarily. No one really wants to find themselves in here where there is nothing to offer. And worse is that the Grim Reaper appears. Yeah, I was really just hoping to find bliss and happiness and have expanded consciousness, not death. Some try to run, some die straight away. For some it plays out like those long protracted deaths you see at the opera, where the character keeps coming back to life to wail a bit more. The Grim Reaper has one message.
You're already dead.
The funny thing about when the me drops is that it's obvious no one else has a me either. It's not like it drops, but you as a viewer still have one. Everyone is already dead. You're already dead. Not that you'll go around saying, I see dead people. Now, about this non-duality death, it's not dissimilar to flatulence. People see these non-duality celebrities and want a huge spiritual death that's full of meaning. But you gets expelled like air. Might be short and sharp, might be made up of a series of farts, might be barely noticeable. Wholeness farts you out. You've been little more than hot wind. Waves are the best metaphor, aren't they? What is unknowable and always immediate. There is no fixed wave able to find wholeness and come to any sort of conclusion. So, what you may have thought had been a nice bubble of awareness you needed to find to reach self-realization, well, as long as you made it silent and divine, turns out to not be a thing at all, but an action. a dividing, cutting action that's been slicing and dicing up oneness. But before you beat yourself up or try and get rid of an action, which is bloody impossible, I might add, take a look at this. What a cheek! No real separation happening anywhere. The whole bloody game changes. It's not so much a case that you need to find oneness. It's that you won't be able to find a decent bit of duality anywhere. If you're watching this, it just means you're dead already and sitting in the non-duality store and watching the cartoonies. That's all that's apparently happening, nothing more. Wait, hang on, I have an announcement. Due to popular complaints about music, I've redone the prior video Non-Duality with and Without Consciousness again with softer music. Also, if you'd like to see more animations, you might read this fairy tale and die. But only if you would enjoy a Harry Potter adventure book about a kid looking for enlightenment, only to have the game change on him. You can watch a trailer of the book by clicking, somewhere in the written blurb below.